connected to her. When she's doing better, my emotions just lift, and I have like this weight that's off of me. And when she starts going down again and has to have another surgery or is back in the hospital, my heart feels really, really heavy. So I guess that particular moment, it was scary for me. I guess I feel like there's always kind of that risk with how she is, you know, because we're on the edge pretty often. But that was one of the times where she was, you know, pretty close. And I think I've mentioned that I feel like she has like 9 lives, that she's had many brushes with death, and that was one of them. You were there. Do you remember what I said? No, because I think I was too busy being in shock, you know, and I wish I remembered. I might have said, like Joseph said, I don't know, because I don't like, you know, I'm not interested in, like, you know, covering things up and flowering stuff, because she sees right through it. She knows. She's extremely protective of me when she feels her worst. I mean, I know that things are bad, but she is scared. I know there have to be moments where she thinks, like, let me go, I don't want to deal with this anymore, how can I go on? And she hardly ever says anything like that to me, because she knows it's scary for me. And so we have this way of protecting each other, you know, and I think it's probably pretty normal, you know, but you know, as her mom, I mean, so much of my, you know, it's just my emotional state all the time is all about what's going on with her.
So I'm having my surgery in about 3 hours, yes. Feeling kind of nervous. Had to take some nausea medication earlier because I was having so many nerves were starting to feel sick to my stomach. And it's funny, you know, I'm having my 34th and 35th surgeries, and you think by now you'd get used to it, but you don't. And every time you get taken past that line where it's like everybody you're with, like your family, your friends, can't go past that certain point. It's like this feeling just comes over you. It's just this hard to describe. It's like you're entering this like alien world, even though you know the people in there, but it's like this inhuman, like you're getting put to sleep, and it's just scary. But I'm ready, and I'm feeling hopeful, and that this will be it, and this will fix the problem, and maybe I can leave the hospital soon and go home and, you know, try and recover a little bit. But it's every day. Surgery day is always a scary day. It's always a mixed day. My biggest fear is always, what if something happens to me? I always think about what it would be like if my surgeons have to walk out and give my parents and my husband and my friends that ultimate bad news. That's what haunts me on these days.
Don't be sad. Don't be sad. It's good for you to miss me a little bit. Miss me and Daddy. Come on. It shows how much you love us. And then we get to miss you a little bit. And you know what? It also lets Evan, who loves you so much, to get to be here. What are you crying about? Because Mom? You don't know, you're just feeling very emotional. I understand. So I can take care of you next week and be with you, okay? Alright? Be with you after your surgery.
Melissa's like, go into town. Just like, slow your roll. It's not, it really isn't. It's really it looks,
it's just that
it's really not that much different than what it's been.
it looks like a lot.
It looks like a lot than what it was.
It's coming out than it
It's not that big of a
is.
deal.
well, I remember when I left her at George Washington University. Oh my God. I cried, like, driving home. I was just terrible. Alright, let's go. Bethany, we'll see you in,
I don't know.
Alright.
Are we coming? Okay, great. We'll come. Yeah, of course.
idea.
My biggest perpetual fear is that something will happen to me and that the people I love most, the pain that will cause the people I love most. You know, I think most people would think when I say I'm afraid of my surgery in a couple hours, they would think that I'm talking about I'm afraid of going into the knife or I'm afraid of something not going well. And that's not what I'm afraid of. My biggest fear is that something happens to me and those surgeons who are almost like my doctors, like who are like family to me, will have to walk out and tell my family and friends that I didn't make it. And that's my biggest fear, is the pain that would cause them. And I wish there was a way that I could do something now to prevent that.
Could you be her?
Could I?
Could you, if you were in her shoes, can you give us the inside scoop from her perspective of how unique she is as an individual?
She is an incredibly unique person because of a whole host of reasons. I think what I hear her tell people a lot when they talk about, oh, how do you do this, or I couldn't do this, or da-da-da-da-da, is she frequently comes back immediately with, oh, yes, you could. Because the way she sees it is, what choice does she have but to keep going? She's not going to give up. Why would she do that? And she does a very good job of, I think she derives a lot of her coping from taking as much control over her own situation as she can.
She's got an irrepressible spirit and has dealt with a series of problems and setbacks, and she keeps coming back, and she's an inspiration.
I say she's a warrior. A warrior for what? She's a warrior for the impossible being possible. You know, there's a lot of people in the world who say that they're up to something. They're really not. You know, the wind blows and they fall down. Well, Joanna's not the thing that the wind blows, it'll fall down. You know, I have an oak tree in the world that can withstand anything. That's who she is for me. So every time I'm leading, or every time I'm dealing with something, it's kind of hard to match stuff if I'm dealing with. I got a bellyache and she's dealing with what she's dealing with. So she's a really, not just a powerful woman, she's a great woman.
She gave me a sense of strength, immense hope that after all she's been through, she hasn't given up. She fights every single day of her life to get through it. Just 1 hour at a time, 1 day at a time. She fights. She doesn't give up. She'll still smile, even when she feels miserable. But I've told my family, I think I've told every one of my friends who's somewhat close to me about her, because I find her situation both miraculous and just amazing. She's a miracle.
That's how she copes, and she's unique in just that. It sounds strange, but I think she doesn't take it too seriously. She always finds reasons to be fairly normal and laugh and just be Joanna.
So I'm having surgery. I'm having major scalp reconstruction on Monday.